The crystal flute slips from my fingers before I can catch it, shattering against the marble floor of my brother's kitchen. The sound pierces through the backyard party chatter, drawing every eye in my direction, including hers. Oh, Trinity, those were wedding gifts. Olivia's voice carries across the kitchen island, dripping with manufactured concern. Waterford crystal. I suppose you're not used to handling such delicate things in that tiny apartment of yours? I'm Trinity, and this was supposed to be my celebration, my promotion party. But standing here surrounded by scattered crystal shards and judging eyes, I already know how this evening will play out. I'll replace it, I say, reaching for paper towels. My hands shake slightly, but I force them steady. Don't bother. Olivia waves dismissively, her diamond tennis bracelet catching the light. Derek and I have plenty. Though maybe this is a sign you're not quite ready for that management position. Handling delicate situations requires finesse. The kitchen falls silent. Even the party sounds from the backyard seem muted. My brother Derek shifts uncomfortably beside his wife, avoiding my gaze. He's perfected that move over the 3 years of their marriage. Actually, I straighten up, meeting Olivia's eyes. I just closed the Martinez account. Biggest deal the firm's landed this quarter. That's what earned me the promotion. How wonderful! Olivia's smile doesn't reach her eyes. Though networking is different from actual leadership. I should know. I've been running my department for 5 years now? 4 years. She's been department head for 4 years, and only because her father owns the company. But I bite my tongue. Mom taught me better than to point out such things at family gatherings. Trinity's doing great at work, my younger sister Mia pipes up from the corner. Sweet Mia, always trying to mediate. Her team loves her. Of course they do, sweetheart. Olivia's tone shifts to honey sweet as she addresses Mia. Everyone loves Trinity. She's so relatable. The way she says relatable makes it sound like a disease. I watch her glide across the kitchen, perfectly poised in her designer dress, orchestrating this moment like she orchestrates everything else in our family's life. My father Steve appears in the doorway, his retirement watch glinting. Everything okay in here? We're about to do the toast. Everything's perfect, Olivia chirps. Trinity just had a little accident with one of the crystal flutes, but we're handling it. She places a hand on my father's arm. You know how these things happen when people aren't used to... Well, never mind. Let's focus on celebrating. Dad's brow furrows slightly, but he nods. He's always had a blind spot when it comes to Olivia. They all do. I'll get the champagne, Derek mumbles, finally finding his voice. I watch him retrieve the bottle, noting how he won't meet my eyes. My own brother, who taught me to ride a bike, who defended me against bullies in school, now can't even look at me when his wife takes her shots. Actually, I say, my voice steady despite the rage building in my chest, I think I'll head out, early meeting tomorrow. But it's your party, Mia protests. Oh, let her go if she wants to, Olivia interjects. Management positions are demanding, though I'm sure Trinity will figure out how to balance everything, eventually. As I gather my things, I catch my reflection in Olivia's precious kitchen windows. I see something shift in my eyes, something hard and cold taking root. For 3 years I've watched her manipulate my family, undermine my achievements, and play the perfect daughter-in-law while twisting every knife she can find. Looking back now, I realize this moment, this seemingly simple evening of broken crystal and veiled insults, was when everything changed. When I decided enough was enough. When I started planning how to tear down everything Olivia held dear, piece by perfect piece. I just didn't know then how far we'd both go, or what it would cost us all in the end. 3 days after the party disaster, I'm sorting through emails when Derek's name flashes across my phone. My finger hovers over the screen before accepting the call. Hey, got a minute? His voice carries that familiar strain, the one he gets when Olivia's been talking in his ear. Sure. I minimize the Martinez account spreadsheet, bracing myself. About the other night, he clears his throat. Olivia mentioned you seemed stressed, with the new position and everything. Of course she did. I grip my desk edge, knuckles whitening. I'm managing fine. It's just... She thought maybe you rushed into this promotion, She's worried you might be setting yourself up for failure. The words hit like individual slaps, each one calculated, each one wearing Olivia's fingerprints. Did she? I keep my voice level. And what do you think, Derek? Silence stretches between us. I hear papers shuffling on his end, probably fidgeting with whatever's on his desk, avoiding the question like he avoids every confrontation. Look, Olivia's been in management longer. She just wants to help. Because Daddy gave her that position? The words escape before I can stop them. That's not fair, Trinity. His voice hardens. She worked hard for... Save it. I cut him off, watching my reflection in my office window. Was there anything else? Another pause. Mom's planning Sunday dinner. She wants everyone there. Perfect. Another chance for Olivia to perform her concerned sister-in-law routine. I'll check my calendar, I lie. After hanging up, I notice an email from Ryan. My younger brother's usually my ally, but lately, he's been parroting Olivia's opinions about my career choices. Heard about the party, his message reads. Maybe take it easy? Olivia says the stress of management can really get to people who aren't prepared. I delete the email without responding. Then I open my browser and type Olivia Marshall career history into the search bar. If she wants to play concerned mentor, maybe it's time I learn more about her own path to success. My phone buzzes again, Mia this time. Lunch? Her text reads. Just us? 20 minutes later, I'm sliding into a booth across from my baby sister at our usual diner. She's already ordered my coffee, black with 1 sugar. So, Mia starts, stirring her tea. Ryan's drinking the Kool-Aid now too? I almost smile. This is why I love Mia. She sees everything, cuts through the bullshit. Apparently. I wrap my hands around the warm mug. Olivia's quite the puppet master. Did you know she's been asking Dad to look over her department's quarterly reports? She's having dinner with him twice a month to get his expertise. Mia makes air quotes with her fingers. Something cold settles in my stomach. Dad's always been impressed by people who seek his advice, who make him feel valued post-retirement. It's exactly the kind of manipulation Olivia excels at. She's isolating you, Mia continues, leaning forward. First Derek, now Ryan. Mom's starting to make excuses for her too. And Dad. Yesterday he told me how impressed he was with Olivia's work ethic, how she reminds him of himself at that age. Mia's expression darkens. It's like watching someone rewrite our family history in real time. I stare into my coffee, seeing Olivia's smug smile reflected in its surface. Every family gathering, every casual conversation, every shared meal, they're all opportunities for her to chip away at my place in the family. You know what's interesting? I say slowly, pulling up my phone. For someone who loves talking about her career success, there's surprisingly little information about Olivia's work history before she joined her father's company. Mia's eyebrows rise. You're digging? Let's just say I'm curious about our perfect sister-in-law's path to success. I pause, meeting Mia's eyes. Want to help me look? She studies me for a long moment, then nods. Someone needs to expose her for what she really is. But Trinity... She reaches across the table, squeezing my hand. Be careful. Olivia's the type who burns down the whole house just to win an argument. Good thing I'm fireproof, I reply, but something in Mia's warning resonates. This isn't just about protecting my reputation anymore. It's about exposing the truth before Olivia's poison spreads any further through our family. I just hope I'm ready for whatever I might find, and whatever Olivia might do when she realizes I'm looking. The discrepancy jumps out from my laptop screen like a neon sign. I've been combing through old company records for hours, and finally, something concrete emerges. 3 years ago, before Olivia's miraculous promotion to department head, there was an internal investigation into missing client funds. The case was abruptly closed, all documents sealed. The same month, she married Derek. My office door clicks open. Working late? Speaking of the devil. Olivia stands in my doorway, designer handbag hanging from one arm. Her smile doesn't reach her eyes. Just catching up on some research. I minimize the window, but not fast enough. Her gaze sharpens. Interesting choice of reading material. She steps inside, uninvited. Though I suppose everyone gets curious about company history sometimes. The threat in her voice is subtle but unmistakable. I meet her stare. Actually, I was looking into the Henderson account from 2020. Fascinating how that wrapped up so neatly. Her perfectly manicured fingers tighten around her bag strap. Ancient history. But speaking of accounts, I heard the Martinez deal might be having some issues. My stomach clenches. The Martinez account. My biggest success. The one that earned my promotion. What issues? Oh, just whispers. Apparently someone raised concerns about the numbers not adding up. She examines her nails. I'm sure it's nothing, though the board takes these things seriously. Before I can respond, my phone buzzes. A text from Derek. Dad's in the hospital. Minor heart scare. Come quick. Olivia's phone chimes simultaneously. Her expression shifts to concern so quickly it's almost believable. Oh no, poor Steve. We should go. I'll drive myself. Don't be silly. We're family. The word drips with false sweetness. I'm heading there anyway. The 20-minute drive feels like hours. Olivia fills the silence with careful comments about Dad's workaholic tendencies, how she's been trying to get him to slow down during their weekly dinners. Each word is a calculated reminder of her place in his life. At the hospital, we find Mom pacing the waiting room, Ryan slumped in a chair nearby. Mia arrives moments later, shooting me a warning look when she sees Olivia at my side. He's stable, Mom says, just needs rest. The doctor mentioned stress might have triggered it. Stress? Olivia's voice carries just the right note of concern. He seemed fine at dinner Tuesday, though he was worried about something. She glances at me. Family matters, I think. My hands curl into fists. She's using Dad's health, to manipulate the narrative. Actually, I step forward, Dad's been reviewing some interesting financial records lately, hasn't he, Olivia? Her smile freezes. Behind her, Mia's eyes widen in understanding. Trinity. Derek appears in the doorway, his face tight. A word? In the hallway, he rounds on me. What are you doing? Dad's in the hospital and you're picking fights. Ask your wife about the Henderson account, I snap. Ask her about the investigation that mysteriously disappeared right before your wedding. Stop it, he grabs my arm. Just stop. Whatever vendetta you're running, it ends now. Look what it's doing to this family. What it's doing, I wrench away. Open your eyes, Derek. She's my wife. His voice cracks. And right now, our father is in that room because of stress. So whatever you think you've found, whatever you're planning, let it go. Please. I stare at my brother. This man who used to be my protector, now defending the woman slowly destroying our family. Through the waiting room window, I see Olivia comforting Mom, playing the perfect daughter-in-law. But I also see something else. Fear. It flashes across her face when she glances my way, quick but unmistakable. She knows I'm close to something. Fine, I tell Derek. I'll back off, for Dad. He relaxes, relief evident, but he doesn't know what I've already set in motion. The emails I've sent, the records I've copied, the threads I've started pulling. Because now it's not just about me anymore. It's about Dad in that hospital bed, about Mom's worried face, about the way Olivia's using this crisis to tighten her grip on our family. And I'm done playing defense. As I walk back into the waiting room, I catch Mia's eye. She nods slightly. She's with me. Together, we'll unravel Olivia's carefully constructed facade, piece by damning piece. Let her play happy families. I've got proof now, and soon everyone will see exactly who she really is. Dad's been home from the hospital for a week when Mom calls a family dinner. To celebrate his recovery, she says, but her tone carries an edge I recognize from childhood, the one that means attendance isn't optional. I arrive early to find Olivia already there, arranging flowers in the dining room, of course. Trinity, she greets me without turning around. I was just telling Karen about the Martinez account review tomorrow. My hand freezes on the doorframe, the review I hadn't told anyone about, the one that could make or break my new position. Funny, I keep my voice steady. I don't remember mentioning that to you. She adjusts a rose with surgical precision. Oh, Derek mentioned it. He heard through the company grapevine. People are quite interested in the outcome. Before I can respond, Dad appears in his robe, looking smaller than I remember. "There's my girls," he says, and the genuine warmth in his voice makes my chest ache. "Playing nice?" "Always." Olivia moves to help him to his chair. "I was just telling Trinity how impressed everyone is with her handling of the Martinez account, though managing such a large client can be overwhelming for someone new to leadership." Mom bustles in with a casserole, followed by Derek and Ryan. Mia texts she's running late. "Speaking of leadership," Olivia continues once we're seated, "I had the most interesting conversation with James Martinez yesterday." My fork clatters against the plate. James Martinez, my biggest client, who I've spent months cultivating. "You spoke with James?" Derek asks through a mouthful of food. "Oh, yes. Our companies are exploring some potential collaborations. He mentioned concerns about certain discrepancies in recent proposals." The room temperature seems to drop 10 degrees. Dad looks up sharply. "What kind of discrepancies?" he asks. "I'm sure it's nothing serious." Olivia's smile is razor thin. "Though if Trinity needs any guidance, I'd be happy to look things over before tomorrow's review." "I don't need—" "Maybe you should let her help," Derek interrupts. "With Dad's health scare, we can't afford any company drama right now." "The doctor said stress was a factor," Mom adds quietly. I stare at my plate, watching the elaborate trap close around me. Olivia's orchestrated this perfectly. The concerned sister-in-law offering help, my family's worry about Dad, the subtle implication that my success might harm his recovery. "Actually," Ryan pipes up unexpectedly, "I saw some interesting old company files when I was interning in IT last summer, about the Henderson account." "Ryan," Olivia cuts him off, "how's your design program going? Still struggling with that professor?" The deflection is smooth, but I catch the flash of panic in her eyes. Ryan glances at me, then down at his plate. "I should get those files to you," he mumbles. "No one needs to dig up ancient history," Derek says firmly. "We need to focus on Dad's recovery. Right, Trinity?" The subtext is clear. Back off, or you're the one hurting the family. I push back my chair. "I need some air." In the backyard, I grip the porch railing until my knuckles whiten. Through the window, I see Olivia consoling my parents, probably spinning my exit as another sign of instability. "She's good, isn't she?" I turn to find Mia standing there, fashionably late as usual. "The way she turned that dinner into a minefield?" Mia continues. "Classic Olivia, but she made a mistake." "What's that?" "Ryan. He knows something about Henderson, something that scared her." I think about Ryan's attempted revelation, Olivia's quick shutdown. "Can you talk to him?" "Already planning to, but Trinity—" Mia steps closer, lowering her voice. "Whatever you find, it won't just hurt Olivia. Derek's involved somehow. Maybe not directly, but enough that exposing her means exposing him too." The realization hits like a physical blow. My brother, my protector, my ally, might be complicit in whatever Olivia's hiding. Through the window, I watch Derek laugh at something Olivia's saying, his arm around her waist. When did I lose him? When did protecting his wife become more important than protecting the truth? "So what now?" Mia asks. I straighten my spine, decision crystallizing. "Now we find out exactly what's in those Henderson files, and then... and then? Then I make sure everyone sees exactly who they've been protecting, even if it means destroying the family I'm trying to save." The Henderson files arrive in my inbox at 3 a.m. Ryan's message is brief. "Delete after reading, and Trinity, be careful." I scan the documents, my hands shaking as the pieces click into place. Client funds diverted through shell companies, falsified reports, Olivia's signature on everything, but Derek's name appearing in key emails. The scandal that disappeared right before their wedding wasn't just covered up. It was transformed into Olivia's miraculous promotion. My phone buzzes. James Martinez's name flashes on the screen. "Trinity," his voice is clipped. "We need to discuss the quarterly projections. Now." "James, it's the middle of the night. Your sister-in-law just sent me some very concerning numbers." My stomach drops. "What numbers?" "Suggesting systematic inflation of our ROI estimates. She's requesting an emergency board meeting tomorrow morning. The Martinez account, my promotion. Everything I've worked for, wrapped in a neat little package of manufactured evidence. James, those numbers aren't... Save it for the meeting. The line goes dead. My screen lights up with another email. The board meeting invitation. Olivia's name sits at the top of the recipient list, her title mocking me. Senior Director of Compliance. The room spins. I grab my keys, needing air, movement, anything. Somehow I end up outside Derek and Olivia's house, their windows dark except for the home office upstairs. A shadow moves across the lit window, Olivia, working late, destroying my career with the same efficiency she's used to manipulate my family. My phone vibrates again, Mia. Ryan showed me the files, she whispers. But there's more. Dad's been reviewing Olivia's current projects. She doesn't know yet, but he's found discrepancies. Big ones. Does Derek know? That's the thing. Some of these transactions. Derek's fingerprints are all over them. If this comes out, it would destroy them both. Silence stretches between us. What are you going to do? I watch Olivia's shadow move across the window again, remembering every subtle dig, every manipulated family moment, every calculated move to undermine me. Trinity? I have to go. I hang up, already pulling up my email. The Henderson files stare back at me, damning in their clarity. My finger hovers over the forward button. One click and it all burns down. Olivia's career, Derek's reputation, the careful facade they've built. But Dad's face flashes in my mind, still pale from the hospital. Mom's worried eyes. The family fracturing under the weight of exposed lies. A tap on my car window makes me jump. Olivia stands there, wrapped in a silk robe, her smile sharp in the streetlight. I roll down the window. Taking a drive, I say before she can speak. At 3 a.m., outside my house? She leans down, voice honey-sweet. I was just finalizing some interesting findings for tomorrow's meeting. You should get some rest. It's going to be quite intense. Like the Henderson account? Her smile freezes for a fraction of a second. Ancient history. Nothing stays buried forever. No? She straightens, mask slipping slightly. Ask Derek about that, about what really happened 3 years ago, about the choices he made to protect his family. The threat is clear. Expose her. Destroy my brother. The board meeting's at 9, she continues. Though given the circumstances, it might be easier if you just resigned. For the family's sake. She turns to go, then pauses. Oh, and Trinity? Dad's been so much better lately. It would be a shame, if anything, upset his recovery. I watch her glide back inside, my hands clenched on the steering wheel. The Henderson files still wait in my inbox, a digital match ready to light this whole thing on fire. My phone lights up one last time. An email from James Martinez, marked urgent. Subject line: discrepancies found, immediate action required. Olivia's orchestrated her endgame perfectly. By morning, I'll either resign in disgrace or fight back and risk destroying everything. My career, my brother, my family's peace. Unless I find a third option, one that neither of us sees coming. I start the car, my decision crystallizing with every turn of the engine. Olivia thinks she's backed me into a corner, but she's forgotten something crucial. Cornered animals fight the hardest. And I'm done playing defense. The boardroom feels like a tomb as I spread the Henderson files across the polished table. 8 hours until the emergency meeting. 8 hours to either salvage my career or burn everything to the ground. My phone vibrates. Another message from Derek. The 7th since midnight. I silence it without reading. The door opens. I don't need to look up to know it's Olivia. Working late? Her heels click across the floor. Or should I say early? You would know about late nights. I tap the Henderson documents. Lots of overtime 3 years ago. She circles the table, perfectly composed despite the hour. Those look like confidential files. They look like fraud. They look like career suicide. She stops opposite me, especially given your current situation with the Martinez account. A notification pings on my laptop. Another email from James Martinez, probably more evidence of my supposed misconduct. I ignore it. Does Derek know you're here? She asks. Does Derek know about the shell companies? Something flickers in her eyes, the first crack in her armor I've seen. You should call him. He's worried. I bet he is. The door opens again. Ryan stands there, pale and disheveled. Trinity, you need to come home, now. I'm busy. It's Dad. Another heart attack. The world tilts sideways. Olivia moves first, already pulling out her phone, the concerned daughter-in-law routine sliding into place. I'll drive, she says. Like hell you will, but my hands are shaking too hard to grab my keys. Trinity! Ryan's voice cracks. Please, just come. The hospital corridor stretches endlessly. Mom's there, tears streaming. Mia clutches her hand. And Derek. Derek stands apart, his face carved from stone. What happened? I manage. He was reviewing some work files, Mom says. Got agitated about something he found. Then, work files? My gaze snaps to Olivia. She's already moving toward Derek, a united front. This isn't the time, Derek warns. What files was he reviewing? Trinity. What files? The ones you sent him. Olivia's voice cuts through the tension. About the Henderson account. About Derek. The accusation hits like a physical blow. Mom's sharp intake of breath, Mia's wide eyes, Ryan's confusion. All of it crashes over me. They came from your email. Olivia pulls out her phone, shows the forwarded message, my address, my signature, the timestamp, 3 a.m. You did this, I whisper. I think stress is affecting your judgment. She turns to the others. She's been acting erratic lately. The Martinez situation, now this. Stop it. Mia steps forward. We all know what you're doing. Do we? Derek's voice is ice. Because from where I stand, my sister just tried to destroy my career and sent our father to the hospital. That's not enough. Mom's voice shakes. Just enough. Trinity, I think you should go. Mom, please, for your father's sake. Security cameras track my exit. Of course they do. Olivia probably called ahead. By morning, there will be whispers about my unstable behavior, my vendetta against family, my professional jealousy. My phone lights up with an email from HR. Immediate suspension pending investigation. Another from James Martinez. Contract terminated effective immediately. A text from Derek. Stay away from my family. The parking lot swims before me. Somewhere above, in a hospital room, my father fights for his life because of files I never sent. In a boardroom, my career lies in ruins. And in my inbox, the real Henderson documents sit untouched, useless now that Olivia's played her masterstroke. She orchestrated this perfectly. The fake email, the timing, the witnesses. In one move, she's destroyed my credibility, my career, and my family ties. A tap on my car window. Mia stands there, tears streaming. I believe you, she whispers through the glass. But Trinity. She has everything now. The family, the company, even Dad's trust. What are you going to do? I stare at my reflection in the windshield, barely recognizing myself. Everything I've fought for lies in ashes, every relationship poisoned, every truth twisted into a weapon against me. But Olivia forgot something crucial. When you take everything from someone, you also take away their reason to hold back. Tell Ryan to keep digging, I say. And Mia, stay close to Mom and Dad. What comes next? It won't be pretty. She nods, understanding darkening her eyes. As I drive away, I see Olivia watching from the hospital window, victory written across her face. Enjoy it while you can, sister dear. Because now I have nothing left to lose. The hospital corridor stretches before me like a gauntlet. Dad's been moved to a private room, and through the window, I see Olivia perched at his bedside, the perfect daughter-in-law keeping vigil. My hands tighten around the USB drive in my pocket. You shouldn't be here. Derek blocks my path, shoulders rigid. Move. Security's already been called. Good. I step around him. They should hear this too. Inside, Dad's monitors beep steadily. Olivia rises, smoothing her skirt. Trinity, this isn't... I found Carol Mitchell. The name hits like a thunderbolt. Olivia's composure cracks, just for a second. Behind me, Derek inhales sharply. Who's Carol Mitchell? Mom asks from the doorway. Perfect timing. The woman whose signature Olivia forged on the Henderson transfer documents. I pull out the USB drive. The one who supposedly approved moving those funds right before she died. This is ridiculous, Olivia starts, but her voice wavers. Except Carol Mitchell isn't dead. I meet Olivia's eyes. She's living in Arizona, and she's very interested in how her signature appeared on documents dated 3 months after she left the company. The room temperature seems to drop 10 degrees. Dad's monitors beep faster. Trinity, stop, Derek pleads. You're making things worse. Did you know? I turn to him. When you married her, did you know what she'd done? Or did you just help cover it up afterward? I was protecting our family. The admission hangs in the air. Mom's sharp intake of breath, Ryan's muttered curse from the doorway, Mia's quiet, "Oh, Derek." Protecting us? Dad's voice, weak but clear, startles everyone. By helping hide fraud? Steve, Olivia moves toward him, but he raises a hand. I saw the discrepancies, in the current accounts too, but I wanted to believe. Dad, please, Olivia's mask slips completely. Everything I did was to secure our position, the family's position. Trinity doesn't understand. What don't I understand? I step closer. How you manipulated everyone, how you used Dad's trust to cover your tracks, or how you nearly destroyed my career to keep yours intact. You destroyed your own career. She straightens, desperation turning to anger. Always so perfect, so ambitious. The golden child everyone admired, but you never saw the bigger picture. Which was what? Power, real power, not just some middle management promotion. Her laugh is bitter. I built something, created security for this family. While you chased gold stars, I was ensuring our future. By stealing? By fraud? By doing what was necessary. She whirls to face the others. Everything I did was for us. Ask Derek. He understood. But Derek's face has gone ashen. Through the window, I see security approaching. Show them, Mia says quietly. Show them everything. I connect the USB to Dad's laptop. Emails appear, transactions, forged documents, and surveillance footage from the night Olivia accessed Carol Mitchell's old computer. I saved copies, Ryan adds, of everything. Olivia's eyes dart between faces, finding no allies. Even Derek steps back. You don't understand, she whispers. I had to. I couldn't let. Her composure crumbles entirely. I couldn't let her win again. And there it is. The truth beneath everything. Not about power or family or security. About beating me. Always about beating me. Security reaches the doorway. Behind them, I glimpse James Martinez and 2 men in suits. The endgame, right on schedule. Trinity, Olivia's voice cracks. Please, we can fix this. Find a way to protect the family. That's exactly what I'm doing. As security leads her away, I catch a glimpse of her face. Not angry anymore, just lost. The perfect mask finally shattered. Dad's monitors steady. Mom sinks into a chair. Derek stands frozen, watching his life implode. What happens now? Mia asks softly. I look at my family. Broken, betrayed, but maybe finally free of Olivia's web of manipulation. Now we heal, and we do it honestly. Through the window, I watch Olivia disappear down the corridor. The sister-in-law who tried to destroy me destroyed herself instead. But victory tastes different than I expected, more like ashes than champagne. The boardroom feels different now. Sunlight streams through the windows, illuminating the empty chair where Olivia once sat. James Martinez signs the last document, sliding it across the polished surface. Congratulations on the promotion, Trinity. Senior Vice President of Operations, quite a jump. I touch the contract, remembering shattered crystal and whispered accusations. Funny how things work out. Karma, he says, but we both know it wasn't karma that brought down Olivia. It was evidence, determination, and the weight of her own choices. Outside my new office, Derek waits. He's lost weight, the divorce proceedings taking their toll. They're charging her, he says without preamble. Federal prosecutors found more. other companies, other accounts. And you? Immunity. He stares at his hands. In exchange for testimony. The silence stretches between us, heavy with unspoken words. Finally, he looks up. I should have protected you. You should have protected the truth. Dad's recovery has been slower than his doctors hoped. I find him in his study, reviewing old family photos. One shows all of us at Derek's wedding, Olivia radiant in white, her smile perfect, practiced. I kept looking for signs, he says as I sit beside him, wondering how I missed it. She was good at hiding. No. He sets down the photo. I was good at not seeing. We all were. Mom appears in the doorway with coffee. She started having dinner parties again, slowly rebuilding our family's social circle after Olivia's arrest made headlines. Ryan's bringing his new boyfriend tonight, she says, and Mia's driving up from college. The casual mention of family dinner would have knotted my stomach weeks ago. Now it just feels possible. My phone buzzes. An email from Carol Mitchell's lawyer. They're adding her testimony to the prosecution's case, the final nail in a coffin Olivia built herself. Have you visited her? Mom asks quietly. No. Are you going to? I think about Olivia in detention, her designer clothes exchanged for standard issue, her carefully constructed world reduced to visiting hours and court dates. I don't know, but I do know, because last night a letter arrived, Olivia's handwriting, still perfect despite everything. You won, she wrote. You always won. I just wanted them to see me the way they saw you, to value what I built, not what I was given. I thought if I could just prove, but it doesn't matter now. You were the better player, the better person. I see that finally too late. I tuck the letter away, unsent responses burning in my throat. Some wounds don't need closure, some victories don't need acknowledgement. Trinity? Dad's voice pulls me back. About the Martinez account. It's fine, I manage a smile. Everything's where it should be. And it is, though not how anyone expected. The scandal exposed weaknesses in the company's oversight. My new position exists because of those discoveries. In trying to destroy me, Olivia inadvertently created my greatest opportunity. Mia arrives early for dinner, helping Mom in the kitchen like nothing's changed, but everything has. You know what's weird? She says, chopping vegetables. I actually miss her sometimes. Not who she was at the end, but who we thought she was. I understand. We're all mourning two losses, the sister-in-law we thought we had, and the family we used to be. Ryan brings wine, and his boyfriend brings flowers. Derek comes alone, wearing his wedding ring on the wrong hand now. We gather around Mom's table, the empty chair a presence we acknowledge but don't discuss. Dad raises his glass, sparkling cider these days. To family. To truth, I add. Our glasses clink, the sound sharp and clear like breaking crystal. But this time, nothing shatters. This time, we're stronger at the broken places. Later, I find the Henderson files still saved on my laptop. Evidence of where this all began, of victories and losses, and the price of revenge. I move to delete them, then stop. Some stories need to be remembered, not to keep the wounds fresh, but to remind us why they healed the way they did. I close the laptop, leaving the files where they are. Tomorrow will bring new challenges, new victories, new chances to choose between revenge and grace. For now, though, I hear laughter from the kitchen. My family, imperfect and healing, finding their way forward together. It's enough.